That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Commissioner Cooper, and there is nothing quite like the summer buildup to football season. But I can sum up my intro tonight in three easy words. Football is here, and it's time for TSS Fantasy. It's time for TSS Fantasy. Fantasy. It's time for TSS Fantasy. Fantasy. It's time for TSS Fantasy.
You know, the great thing about being a football player is you don't have to take a shower to go to work.
There it is.
Thank God for that, because Freddie is right in the right place. Let's get things started tonight. It is prediction night. I love this episode. This is our third time doing a prediction show, so I'm super excited for it. Well, let's introduce his first time for a prediction show. The judge is here. Judge Jordan Thomas, welcome into the studio, sir.
Dan, thanks for having me. I'm ready to lay down the long arm of the law. Only 3 days till the NFL season and only 23 days until Survivor. This is the best time of the year.
Super excited indeed. Justin, who was looking at my closet tonight for a shirt to match. Hey, Zeus Herrera, welcome into the studio.
Yeah. I found the good color you got there, the nice faded out red. I love it. But I'll tell you what, Jordan, the second best TV show other than Monday Night Football is actually The Challenge, and it's going on right now. Fuck Survivor. It's fake as shit anyways.
Everything I've ever
the challenge
heard
is fake and they know it.
All I'm going to say, Justin, is there have been Survivor players that have played on The Challenge, but nobody on The Challenge has been good enough to play Survivor. So
Hey, last time I checked, I don't think there's been a Survivor winner of The Challenge, though.
Shots fired. I know that really hurt Jordan, that was right to his heart, right off the jump, boy. No playing around. Let's also welcome to the studio, Nick, you got Flandered Macaronis.
Just got a shower. My hair is not cooperating with me tonight. I am still stoked about the Penn State game, and I cannot believe how well Neon Dion turned around Colorado. That was a phenomenal game. It would have been even better if they actually played some defense, but you know what? Hey, what he did in 6 months was phenomenal. NFL is back on Thursday. It's going to be a great week, and I'm fully excited. I'm totally stoked about it. Let's go.
Yeah, it was a fun weekend. It was draft weekend, and we got some colleges. Nuke alluded to. That was a great game to watch with Colorado, getting us that little bit of football feel coming. So I'm super excited. Don't forget, let's pay the bills real quick. Go to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code TSS. There's still time, and there's going to be lots of daily weekend stuff as well. DFS challenges, stuff like that. Use the promo code TSS. We'll double that deposit up to $100. Make sure you go check that out. Same with Jazz Sportsbook as well, so make sure you check them out as well. There are lots of great promotions going on, and it is betting season, as they say. Also, don't forget Pro-Am belts. I know all those championship there might be a couple left, so those ceremonies are over, but look for them next season as well. Go to Pro-Am belts. Great championship bling for your fantasy champion. I got some great pictures when I went down south with their belt. A lot of great stuff indeed. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the promo code. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, give us a like, give us a comment, do us all those great things, because there's little things stopping you from doing it, but big things popping for us when you do, so we do appreciate you. A programming note, just going forward. Monday nights, we won't be usually having a show. This is just a special night for our predictions. Normally, you'll have at least 4 TSS shows. We're going to have I would say 5 with TSS Dynasty. We're going to have Tuesday night. We're going to have our waiver wire show at 9 o'clock. We have a special Champs Chump show on Wednesday nights. That'll be a lot of fun debating the big games of the week. So make sure you check that out. That'll be at 10 p.m. We'll be on our Friday night breakdown at 9 p.m. We'll break down all the great fantasy games. We got some great skits for that show as well. And then always 8 a.m. Don't forget, wake up to TSS Fantasy. And as I alluded to earlier, we got TSS Dynasty Hour as well. So TSSing all season long. Gotta love it. All right, now usually we do our news, but all of our news really just relates to injuries. That's what a lot of people just want to know about. We got just the guy for you. Let's bring in Brian. Let's talk about some injuries. Brian Scott, welcome in, my friend. Week 1 is here. Now, we're going to see you on Sunday morning. Also talk to you on Friday as well. So a lot of stuff, but we like to at least get an early start on things. A lot of questionable guys going into week 1. Like to get your opinion on the main guys, of course. So welcome into the studio, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. Looking forward to week 1. Really, really excited this season. I'm in more fantasy leagues than I've ever been before. I don't know how I'm going to do. We'll have to see.
Always just a roll of the dice, Brian. As long as you're in a few of them, at least one of them you might turn out well in.
That's right.
All right. What do we got going on for your injury report?
What don't we got going on? Well, questionable is right, actually. Just about every guy, with the exception of a handful listed on teams' injury reports so far this week, are all questionable, which means there's about a 50-50 chance that they play. Things could change as the week progresses and practices kind of unfold. Don't forget about those timetables when injuries have to be reported to the league, 4 p.m. for the Wednesday for the Thursday night game, so that, and Thursday for the Friday for the Sunday games, Saturday for the Monday night games. So keep an eye on those timelines. The big questions, obviously, this past couple weeks have been centered around Jonathan Taylor being out with the contractual stuff, whether his ankle is really an issue. I still don't think it is. I think it's just a power play on the part of the Colts. So don't read too much into that. Kyler Murray has been put on the PUP IR, so he's out at least 4 games. But Zach Ertz with the Cardinals is listed as questionable. So again, there's one of those 50-50 possibilities there. He was slated to be ready for week 1. Not sure he's going to actually be ready. He's coming off ACL injury and surgery. He's not that far ahead of Kyler Murray, but supposedly is closer to being ready, which is why he's not placed on PUP. So we'll have to see. Man, where do I go from here? Do you guys have anyone in particular? I've got so many.
Cooper Kupp, I know. It just came up because, and then Nick showed it to us pregame. He kind of popped up as needing to see, looking for additional specialists. There's a lot of stuff going on there, so that's a big question.
Yeah, and I've got as many questions as everybody else probably has about that, because I have no idea what they mean by the term body expert or body specialist who's supposed to try and figure out what's wrong with his hamstring and why he keeps injuring it. And I've got basically 2 answers to that question, which can sum it up. Age and age. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you're 30 years old. You're playing at a full position in the NFL. You've been in the league for several years now. You tear or strain your hamstring. It's going to take a while for that to get better, even for these young guys like we see regularly. I mean, look at Jerry Jeudy. That dude had to get carted off the field in camp, and he's not going to be ready for week 1. He's out. He's already been listed as out. And I had said when he got carted off, man, that could be anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks for him. So, when you start getting up there in age and you start having injuries like this, the recovery period becomes that much more difficult, but also that much longer. So I don't know what Cooper Kupp's team and him think they're going to find by going to some body expert. I mean, I'm all for alternative treatments and things like that, but there are some things that you just can't speed the hands of time up. And hamstring injuries are one of them, unfortunately. They can do as much as they want to do and use all kind of alternative treatments, but until he's healed, that thing is not going to get pushed any faster. So that, I mean, I wish him the best. In some other news, speaking of hamstrings, Chase Claypool is questionable with a hamstring injury. Apparently that
doesn't matter.
He was the fantasy. Everybody wanted him like a year or two ago on their fantasy team. Now he's just kind of fallen off the face of the earth, I guess. But
he had one game.
Waddle, he's listed as questionable. He's apparently playing through an injury, which I wasn't even aware of, but questionable 50-50. So practice is really going to be the thing that everyone's going to have to look at this week. And like I said, pay attention to the injury reports, but also the game day status reports are the ones that you really want to look at. That's going to be the thing that determines whether these guys are going to be actually playing or they're going to be like last minute game day decisions. So keep an eye on those. And those are the ones that are mandated, have to be out to the league ahead of time. So
as always, the Friday practice is the money practice, if you will. So that's why we got Brian on Fridays. So we'll go over and discuss those guys that may or may not be practicing on Fridays and see what their chances are to go in. So we do appreciate you popping in early. I know it's a little early this week. So, but again, appreciate you coming in and taking a look at the plethora of questionable guys. Like you said, it's best to just kind of watch the practices this week, but again, Friday is going to be the main one, so we'll check back in on our Friday breakdown. We'll see who's practicing and who's not, and all that kind of good stuff.
One more, Jason. Brees Hall. That's a big news, I guess. I forgot to mention Brees Hall. You know, we here in TSS and me and the Fantasy Sports Corps, we all said, you know, we think he'd be ready week 1. He is, in fact, but I did say pump the brakes a little bit. He's going to get some shared responsibility, and then they went out and Calvin Cook, which kind of confirm that for me. So he is going to be available. He is going to play. He'll probably be on a limited snap count, but Brees Hall is making his return.
Yeah, they actually made mention that they were going to give neither one a pitch count, just kind of see who's the hot guy and ride with whoever it is. So
they might say that. I'm not buying.
I know. Yeah, I hear you. I was thinking the same thing when I heard it. I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see about that. All right, Brian, where can we find you on social media so we can keep up to date with all your updates as we go along this week?
Yeah, so you don't have to wait till Friday to see me back here because Andrew Leduc and I will put up our Inside the Medical Tent blog every Tuesday. So that should be coming out tomorrow sometime. And that's on the website, theinjuredlist.com. We'll have that up on the Fantasy Sports Corps website once that is ready to go. And on Twitter is where I'm most active, Injured List Pod. And you can find me on just about every other social media handle as well, around the same handle.
And keep tuned to Fantasy Sports Corporation. We'll get those shorts out if there's any injury updates. And Brian, you know how to transition like a boss. You know what I mean? Like Andrew Leduc. Speaking of our boy, Mr. Mallard, he's made his first appearance for us this Monday. We've been waiting for Mr. Mallard. He's finally here. It's finally time to get sophisticated. Brian, we appreciate you. We'll see you on Friday. Let's check out the first sophistication station of 2023.
Welcome to Sophistication Station. Hello, everyone, and welcome into another year with weekly stops at Sophistication Station. I am Andrew Leduc, a.k.a. Mr. Mallard, host of the Divots and Pivots Golf Show, and also co-host of the Dynasty Hour here on TSS Fantasy. And with Scott Fishbowl 13 waiver wires opening up, it's time to find out who you can rush to the waiver wire to fill your team up and get you the best chance of bringing home that pride and glory of the win of the Scott Fishbowl. So let's get into it as week 1 approaches. Deion Jackson and Evan Hull in Indianapolis. With the Jonathan Taylor saga happening right now, Deion Jackson and Evan Hull are going to be the main options in that backfield for Indy. Now, we've seen Deion Jackson in the past do well stepping in. I think he will still do well, but Evan Hull is someone that is being overlooked, and I could see them using a 2 running back approach as the norm in the NFL right now. And then Kieran Williams for the LA Rams. I still don't think the Rams fully believe in Cam Akers after all the drama of last year. So Kieran Williams has been getting a lot of hype this past week. Look for him to be involved alongside Cam Akers. And then Deuce Vaughn in Dallas I do not think Tony Pollard is going to match the hype. I think they'll still use a two-headed approach here as well, and Deuce Vaughn has looked impressive, so look for Deuce Vaughn to be possibly available on your waiver wire. And then last but not least, Kendrick Bourne, a long shot, who will definitely be available on your waiver wires. Could very well be the number one option in New England. Yes, not a very flashy offense, but Juju is still dealing with a knee injury, and Devontae Parker's a one-trick pony, so look for Kendrick Bourne to be explosive and involved early. Once again, I'm Angela Duke, and this was Sophistication Station.
Get ready for another incredible lifestyles, your VIP journey into the lives and loves of today's winners who really know how to enjoy the great things of life.
Andrew LeDuc, thank you so much. It's 2023. Let's get it on. All right, so first and foremost, I want to thank all the participants who were involved in our charity draft. Let me put that little flyer back up here. So, of course, we had our sister show, the Dynasty Hour. Chuck Bass drafted for them. Blonde Blitz, Deb, Brian was in for that. We had Tip Major, Chris from PSR, Armchair Athletics, the other Chris. The law office of Corey Cohen and Associates was in there, Fourth and Flex. High Low Sports, Dan Maynard's fan. I always say MD, but I guess Dan Maynard's show. All right, how about that? And Fantasy and Frames. Thank you guys so much. We raised over $500 for Dan Marino's Autism Foundation. Thank you guys so much. Now we're going to go. We had the draft last night. Now we're going to talk some PPR and draft grades. All right, so this is a PPR draft. All right, now it is best ball, mind you. So let's blow through these teams. Let's get some grades. I'll reveal who they are in a sec. Here's team one, starting out with Lamar Jackson and Samuel Howell at QB. Running backs, CM Breece Hall, David Montgomery, Jared McKinnon, Damian Harris, Roshan Johnson. Receivers looking good, though. Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, we just made mention of him, Mike Evans and Quentin Johnson. Kittle, Njoku, Bass, Commanders, Judge George, you're last. Nick, what do you say?
I like the team with the exception of Cooper Kupp, obviously, and George Kittle. George Kittle, I heard today, is now nursing a groin injury. It was not brought up with Brian. However, this is PPR. I love the Chase, and I love Mike Evans because Mike Evans is now going into a contract year, and he said by week one, if I don't have a contract, I'm going to cut off negotiations, which pretty much means get me the hell out of here. And the Commanders are going to be a sneaky good deep defense for the first half of the season, but we're grading on an ABF, so I am going to give this one a B.
A B for this one. What say you, Justin?
Yeah, I think I'll have to agree. I like the wide receivers, running backs with Montgomery, McKinnon, and Roshan Johnson have potential. Can't hate Lamar Jackson. I think Sam Howell will do fine for a bye week sub. And then, Kittle's always injured, so I would not put anything on that as him being somebody who's going to really miss a lot of time. He literally plays his entire life injured. And then even if you got problems with that, Njoku's a good sub. I like this team to be.
All right, a B. Judge Jordan, you got something any different than that?
I don't think I have anything different. I would say, Justin, I can absolutely hate Lamar Jackson, so you are wrong there. But other than that, I think this is a solid squad. I will also, on a curve, give it a B.
Did their best, Italy, Italy, Italy.
Team two is up. Justin Fields, Jordan Love is the combo at QB. Running backs, Pacheco, Gibson, Herbert, Bigsby, Warren, Spears. So some questions there, but not at receiver. Justin Jefferson, Devonta Smith, Calvin Ridley, D-Hop, Jalen Hyatt, Pitts and Kmet, And then he said, fuck the kicker and fuck the defense. I don't even need one. My squad's so good. All right, so Justin, you go first on this one. What do you think?
Oh. Well, I gotta give him some credit for saying fuck the kicker, fuck the defense. I know that already won a point in Judge Jordan's heart right there.
You damn right.
But I'll tell you what, I look at that running back room and it just gives me goddamn headaches all goddamn day long. You can have Justin Jefferson, Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley. This thing is still a B in my book because you got everything right, but your running backs are just so below average that it makes me want to puke right now.
Makes him want to puke, he says. All right, well, Judge, what do you say? Does it make you want to puke? Is the real question.
I love these running backs. Second half of the season, all of these guys are going to be going off, except for maybe Tyjae Spears. I'm not quite sold on him, but I do agree with Justin. I give this team also a B.
They did their best. Charlie, Italy, diddly.
Before we get to team, we got a team 3 here. We got a question from Colby Watson. Wants to know if he should trade away Kupp and Breece Hall to get A.J. Brown and Akers. It's a PPR league, and he also has Jalen Hurts. So a nice stack there with Jalen. However, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's go. Justin, what do you think of this trade? Give me a yay or nay on this trade.
I guess perspective would be nice. If it's a redraft, I'll keep Kupp and Hall. But, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. You know, A.J. Brown is a world beater, and Cam Akers can get the job done. And you already get away from the fact that you've got 2 guys that are injured stars. So, yeah, fuck it, trade. Do it.
All right, well, he likes it. He likes it. Nick, you like the stack here with Jalen and A.J.? And it is redraft.
I do. Right. I do, and I especially like it because I know that A.J. Brown is going to be playing. Whether or not Breece Hall is ready to go, if he's got that injury lingering, he's probably going to outscore Cam Akers. I am so out on Cam Akers. He's so unproven. And then you got Jalen Hurts. As I remember, one panelist on the show last season says, would you do the trade for that? He says, yeah, you're getting Jalen Hurts because I had opportunity to get Brown last year with Elliott, and I said no, and I regret it. So I'm going to go yes all day on this trade.
All right, I like it. All right, Judge, what do you say? You like the trade? I'm
not doing this trade at all. I think you're downgrading at both positions. Listen, I get it. Cooper Kupp's injured, but it's not like A.J. Brown has been a beacon of health. He was healthy last year, but to me, the upside you have with Cooper Kupp and Breece Hall far outweighs what you get with A.J. Brown and Akers. If it weren't Akers, I would be much more into this trade. I'm not taking on Akers. No way.
I say if it's redraft, I'm in it only because you're getting A.J. Brown and that stack for this season. That's really what I'd be looking for out of this trade. Breece Hall, a lot of question marks with Dalvin Cook, and a lot of question marks on Cooper Kupp going into the season. So I'm all in on this trade, my friend. All right, let's go. Team 3. Speaking of Jalen, what a great segue. Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins, some great QB combo there. Travis Etienne, Kenneth Walker, Swift, Mitchell. Receivers, Lockett, Kirk, Boyd, Moore, Mims Jr., Kelsey, and Taysom Hill made an appearance here. Greg Zuerlein and Patriots. Taysom Hill's not a bad get for best ball, quite frankly. Nick, what do you say, though?
I do like this this team. You know that I'm a Hurts guy. NTN, I'm not in all the way on him just because, again, the injury hasn't been proven. That they've got Tank Bigsby, who's supposed to be stealing carries away from him. I love Kent Walker. I like DeAndre, except for the thing is he's in a crowded backfield. And then you got Elijah Mitchell waiting there in the wings for the shoe to drop with CMC. Lockett I like. Kirk, I do not like Kirk at all. His receivers, man, they're all a lot of second and third tier receivers. Kelsey supplants all of them. Man, I have to give this team. I don't want to give him an F. I can't give him a C, so I'll give him a B minus.
A B minus. Justin, what do you say?
Yeah, this team went heavy on the quarterbacks in a single QB league. Listen, when your wide receivers, when the best wide receiver on your team is maybe a wide receiver too, and that's maybe stretching it because he's starting to get up there in age and Tyler Lockett, you're kind of in trouble with that. You got a lot of guys that you're hoping PPR wise will set you up because most of them are slot receivers anyways. And then your running backs, man, there's a lot of question marks there. I mean, is Swift the guy? Is Walker the guy long term? And even is ETN going to be supplanted at some point with Tank Bigsby? Is he going to give up some of his share or his snap share to him? So I'm going to give this one an F, even though it's got Jalen Hurts and Travis Kelce. I just think the middle is just not as good as the outside.
Hit him where it hurts. Jordan, what do you say?
Hit him where it hurts.
This one's a little bit tough. I love that you got Hurts. I love that you got Kelce, and there's a couple of those wide receivers I really like. So I'm kind of with Flanders here. I would typically give this somewhat of a C minus, but since we don't have those options, we're doing it on the curve. We're going to go with a B again.
They did their best. Italy, Italy, Italy.
One thing I'll say about Team 3, I like people like Swift and Taysom Hill for best ball, only because they're going to have that one explosion at some point. Maybe that'll be the only one, but at least you'll have them on your roster for best ball. So I think he at least gets that B. It's not too bad. Team 4, here we go. Josh Allen and fuck a sub. You got Jonathan Taylor, Madison, Rashad White, Jamal Williams, Samjay Perine, Deion Jackson. You went with Tyreek, Higgins, Keenan Allen, Sky Moore. I think it was Jamison Williams. He had Romeo Dobbs, Pat Freiermuth, Myers, and he said, fuck a defense for this guy. So, Justin, what do you say for this squad?
Yeah, I like this squad. I think it's really, really balanced. You've got your big play guy in Taylor when he comes back, but you've got Madison, Rashad White to carry you, which I imagine is going to be a 2 running back league, and some sprinkling some Jamal Williams, Samaje Perine. Then you got the receivers, which are freaking phenomenal. You got Hill, Higgins, and Allen. That's 3 phenomenal picks right there. Josh Allen, Freiermuth, I'm a big fan of him. Yeah, I'll give this one an A.
All right, an A. Ooh-wee. Nick, what do you give it?
I'm going to give it a B plus, only because number one, he must have gambled like I did and lost with Taylor. However, he did the same thing I did. He picked up Jackson. He's got some good supplemental running backs in there, especially with Perine, and then Jamal Williams he's hoped to hold it down with the fort and down New Orleans, because now Kendre Miller is out again. I mean, the season didn't even start, and he's on his 8th injury already. And it looks like he stole Romeo Doubs way down there, in round 9-10. So that was really good. I'm gonna go B plus on this one.
All right, Judge, what's your final verdict?
I love this team. This is an A plus, best team so far.
I sure like the cut of your gibberish.
All right, let's go to team number 5. Went heavy on that QB just to make sure he got some youth up there. Got Joe Burrow, Kenny Pickett, got Young in there, got okay, so I just kind of threw me off because I was like, oh my God, I only got 3 running backs. Christian McCaffrey, James Cook, and Deuce Vaughn. Chris Olave, Drake London, Addison, Smith-Schuster, Bateman are the receivers. Ingram and Juwan Johnson, Justin Tucker, and Giants defense. Nick, what do you say about this squad? Give me a grade.
This is weird. He started off really. Let's go with the quarterbacks. He started off really good with Joe Burrow, and then Kenny Pickett, and then Bryce Young. I don't know if they're ever going to be used. McCaffrey is excellent. Vaughn is gonna. There's rumors that he might supplant Pollard by season's end. I like his receivers. With the exception of Rashad Bateman, he's like Casper. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. Ingram was a steal probably in the late rounds. Juwan Johnson should have a resurgence with a competent quarterback in Derek Carr. Justin Tucker's a stud. Giants defense should be good. I just want a B+.
B+. Justin, what say you?
Yeah, I think I got to give it a B too. This could have been an A, but I think that you need to put a little bit more effort into making sure you have at least 4 running backs, and one of them's not Deuce Vaughn, who will do absolutely nothing this year. I like McCaffrey, I like Cook, but like I said, like everything else looks good, but man, you're going to be hurting if one of those guys goes down.
But Justin, Deuce is sophisticated now. Didn't you hear already? Like, come on.
Hey, rich people get things wrong too.
Fair enough.
They do?
Judge, what do you say? Final grade.
This one's rough. Christian McCaffrey will inevitably get injured, and then you've literally got one running back. I'm
Don't
kind
you
of
dare
to
say
Justin's
that.
point. We know it's going to happen, Justin.
Don't you fucking say that.
Let's be honest with each other.
It's not if, it's when.
It's when. Yeah. I really wish you would have just not drafted maybe Bryce Young and got another running back. So, I am going to be nice tonight. This was all for charity, all for a good cause. So I'm still going to give this one a B.
Did their best, Italy, diddly.
And Fred, I saw that you went in on your little comment, but you don't get to grade anything, bro, when you're not on set. All right, here we go. Team 6. Let's go. Tua as QB. Jared Goff is the backup. Eckler, Pollard, Pierce, Kamara, Mostert at the running back spot. Jalen Waddle, Christian Watson, Mike Pittman Jr., Michael Thomas. Got Laporta at tight end. Jason Sanders doubled up the D with Niners and Saints. All right, well, what do you think? Let's go to Justin first on this one. What do you say?
Best one by far. A+. You won. You did it. If there was a winner for draft night, it was this one. This is just, it's stacked everywhere. And you even got the wild card of Kamara coming back after 3 games and absolutely blowing it out of the ballpark. I love it.
Nick, what do you say?
I am going to agree. I do not like the Tua pick, only because not because it's Tua. It's just because I don't know how many games that you're going to get out of him. That's my concern. And then you picked up Goff, which was awesome on that end. And the only pick I really don't like it's Sam Laporta. You got the reputation of the rookie tight ends. Who else there's there to catch passes in Detroit, but it's still a rookie tight end. And if your name is not Kyle Pitts, you're not doing 1,000 yards. Your rookie year. So he picked up 2 great defenses. I give this one an A.
Judge, give me a final grade.
As hyped as Justin was, I almost thought that this was his team. This is a good team. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was better than I think it was Team 3 I like so much, but I will also agree. I give this one an A-.
I sure like the cut of your gibberish.
I will fill you in on a little secret. The last team, Team 6, is representing TSS Fantasy. Let's go, baby.
Here we go.
Team 7. Here we go. Deshaun Watson, Geno Smith as QBs, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Najee Harris, Cam Akers, Rashad Penny at running back, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Cortland Sutton, Rashad whatever his name is, right? Thank you, Darren Waller, Tyler Higbee, got Hopkins. I don't know what I put there. An Eagles defense as the defense. All right, what do you think of this? Let's go to Nick.
I don't like his wide receiver room at all, just because of the fact that there's nobody really reliable in there. Pickens is up and coming. He's unproven. Rashid Rice, rookie. Cortland Sutton's usually always hurt. He will get the big bulk now that Judy's out, but once Judy comes back, he's going to be relegated. Chris Godwin, he's going to be very good in the slot this year, but he's not the number 1. Running backs are phenomenal. He's going to supplant. So he's also going to substitute the running with Deshaun Watson. I hate Higbee. I give this one a B.
A B for this squad. He hates Higby. By the way, I should just reveal as we go. So team one, by the way, this was Team High-Low Sports. As I said, this was TSS Fantasy. Let's finish this off, and then I'll go with the rest. Justin, what do you say for this one?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think it's a B. I think Nick's spot on. I think it's a balanced team. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more on the wide receiver front, but to each their own. He got an extra running back, or he or she got an extra running back and a defense and a kicker instead of going and getting receivers.
All right. Okay, Judge, what do you say?
B minus.
A B minus and an A plus for Justin, recognizing it's he or she.
They did their best. Italy, Italy.
That was the lovely Mary Jane Cooper squad representing the law offices of Corey Cohen. Let's say Cohen. Wrong place. All right, let's go to team number 8. All right, we got Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, Bijan Robinson, said that wrong. Rashad Stevenson, Miles Sanders, James Conner, St. Brown, DJ Moore, that's Deontay Johnson. We got Tony, OBJ, Lazard, Dulcich, McPherson, and Jags D. Nick, what do you think of this one?
I like it all the way up until we get to Kadarius Toney and OBJ and Alan Lazard. Tony is, again, he plays 6 to 8 games. You don't know what you're going to get out of him. OBJ is being held together by duct tape and staples. Lazard, I don't know. He's going to be the clear number 2, and how much of a number 2 he's going to be. Dulcich, not really sold on that. And McPherson's very good. Jags defense is not great. Man, I'm going to give this one B minus. I love the running back room.
All right. Well, Mary Jane doesn't agree with your B's, apparently. Justin, what do you say?
She doesn't have to agree. She just has to listen to it.
Sorry about that one, Mary Jane. Draft better next time.
Jason has to live with her, so be nice.
Oh no, she knows I'm just messing with her. This one's up there in the top 3 for me. Just a really well-balanced team with great players all over the place at every position. One kind of question mark would be Dulcich, but everything else looks tip-top. I'd go with an A minus on this one.
Ooh, A minus. I like it. Jordan, what do you say?
B plus.
B plus. Guys, real close.
They did their best. Italy.
B is for Bandy with 4th and flex. That was team.
Oh, I'm going to change that to an F.
Poor Bandy.
Too late. Grades are in.
I forgot. And
grades are final.
I wanted to go back up and kind of finish up some of these teams. Who was team 2? I forgot who that is. I'll go back through and look. This is actually Armchair Athletics, team number 3. Chris Anderson squad there. This right here is Tip Major. If you see him on Twitter, that was the team he drafted, went all in with Josh Allen here. This is actually Brian from the injured list, his squad here, the one you guys were kind of beaten up a little bit, not too. And you already know that's TSS. All right, we're back on track here. Team 9, Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers. We got Gibbs, Cook, Charbonnet at running back, so a little bit light there. Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson, McLaurin, Judy, Burks, Thielen, Hockenson, Knox, Carlson, Bucks. Justin, what do you say?
B. This is a well put together team. The holes are the fact that you took Jerry Jeudy without having a solid backup plan. That's not Treylon Burks or Adam Thielen. And then, instead of going out and getting another running back, you decided to get 2 tight ends. So I'm going to give this one a very solid B.
B it is. Nick, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think their strategy was going hero back, and then they were going to try and supplant. I wouldn't go Knox for a second tight end. He's not going to play that much this year, as much as I admire him. Bucks defense is terrible. It's a B. I would have gone for another running back. But yeah, overall, it is a B.
Jordan, what do you say? Final grade.
B minus.
They did their best. Italy, 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 Italy.
And that was for Dan Maynard. B for Dan Maynard squad. All right, let's go to
Lots
team
of
number
Bs tonight.
10. Daniel Jones at the QB spot and no backup. Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins, Javonte Williams, Algier, A-Chain. He's got Devonta Adams, Cooper Williams, Dotson Davis. Got Chig, and he's got McManus and Cowboys. Nick, what do you say?
I am sorry to this individual. I'm going to give this one F. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Joe Mixon, good luck. I had him last year. J.K. Dobbins, injury prone. Javonte Williams might not be really healthy until week 6. And as far as the receivers, no. Gabe Davis, I'm out on. No, I'm sorry that it is an F, and Okonkwo has gotten not enough volume, and that is an F.
Justin, what do you say?
Oh, this is definitely a B. I don't know where Nick's getting F at. I think he means to say B minus, but Nick always grades down rather than grades up.
Did I say F? I meant B minus.
But yeah, I mean this team is I get where Nick's saying it's a lot of injury questions, but overall it's really solid in the way it's built, and I think that they can overcome some early injury problems with the amount of depth that he's accumulated.
All right, Nick, Judge, what do you say for the final grade?
B minus.
Did their best. Italy, 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 Italy.
Team 11. Oh, my bad. And team 10, that was, and I had it pulled up. Now I forgot already. Can't believe. Oh, that was, oh my God. I had it pulled up right here. Jeez, oh, please. My fault on that. All right, give me a second. We'll figure it out in a second. Let's go to Team 11. Pat Mahomes, Richardson, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson. So really slacking the running back spot. A.J. Brown, Metcalf, Zay Flowers, JSN, Curtis Samuel. Got some deep tight ends. Goddard, Kincaid, Everett. 2 kickers here, Butker and Elliott, and a Steelers defense. Justin, what do you say?
This is a damn good-looking team. Outside of the fact that is that Brian Robinson or B. John Robinson?
Brian Robinson.
Yeah. So, all right, with that in effect, it's kind of gotta be, man, because you're gonna be searching for running backs. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna give this team an F. You've got 2 receivers on the same team and be fighting for each other. You've got only 2 running backs, and then you've got more than enough help at quarterback when you should have been going running back at some point. Plus, you've got 2 possibly useless tight ends in Kincaid and Everett this year. And 2 kickers. Get the fuck out of here. Go an F. F.
Oh, goodness. Beating it up. Nick, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Not the fact that, he's got good players, but he just misappropriated the positions. No, I'm going to give that one an F.
Jordan, final grade.
What my fellow friends over here meant to say to this lovely team was B minus.
They did their best. Italy, 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 Italy.
B in this case stands for Blonde Blitz. That was Deb's team that she drafted. And the team I couldn't remember before. I don't know why I couldn't remember. This is Chris from PSR. So, Chris, good job with your B squad there. All right, Team 12, the last team here in our charity draft. Let's look at it. Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy, Barkley, Dylan, Elliott. Receivers, Lamb, Samuel, Ayuk, Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, and Zay Jones, Andrews and Schultz, Koo, and Seahawks. Nick, what do you think of this squad?
Okay, so again, this is another one that's a little perplexing. Let's go with the quarterbacks are good. Running backs, okay? You got a starter in Barkley. You got a split time in Dylan. You got a touchdown vulture in Elliott this year. Don't know how productive that they're going to be. You went really wild on the wide receivers. I like it. I don't like it. It's not an F. It's not a B. I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Justin, what do you say?
I'm gonna give it an F. I don't like the way this team is built. I think that you can't expect Saquon Barkley and AJ Dillon to get the job done because I don't think Ezekiel Elliott's got anything left in the tank. We saw how fat he was when he got on the field. He was looking like me on the fantasy football or on the fantasy football expo field over there, all bloated and shit. I mean, you're gonna save the day with Mark Andrews, Dalton Schultz? I don't think so. I'm gonna give this one an F.
Judge, final grade for the final team.
B minus.
They did their best. Italy, Italy, Italy.
Just so you know, Justin, that was your teammate on Dynasty Era. That's Chuck Bass's team that he drafted.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
And the team I couldn't remember, Team 2, I couldn't remember the name. That's actually Keith Fleming, from Fantasy and Frames. That's his squad there as well. So great job. And again, thank you guys so much for participating in that draft. It was a lot of good fun. Hopefully good luck to the winner. Again, sponsored by Pro-Am Belts. Going to get a nice blinged out belt for your podcast. So it's going to be or your law office, if you will. So it'd be pretty cool to check it out. All right. Well, we done spent 45 minutes breaking down a draft. Let's get to predictions. All right, the NFL season is here. I don't know why I got Freddie's picture in there. It never shows up. So let's go around the room. Jordan, we'll start with you. Who wins the AFC East?
Oh, there's only one choice here, y'all. It's America's team, the Miami Dolphins. Look, as soon as they get Jalen Ramsey back, it is going to be on. They've got the best offense in that division. I think it's time for the Bills to finally take second place. I will say, are we doing wild cards yet, or are we coming back for those?
We're gonna when I throw up the graphics, we can throw up your playoff and how you want to throw it up there. So yeah.
Got it. So yeah,
cool.
Miami Dolphins.
Woo! Love it. Let's go to Justin. Who do you say?
Jets, Jets. This is a team that has been really good at times and really bad at times. And now you get somebody who can really kind of just guide the ship along in Aaron Rodgers, somebody who can take control of this car, this beautiful sports car that they have, and finally drive it the way it's supposed to be driven. I think that this is a team that's going to surprise a lot of people this year. And no offense to the Dolphins, I think they're kind of a one-trick pony, and they're going to get figured out this year.
Whatever, bro. Nick, who do you got?
I have the Buffalo Bills. I think they're still gonna reign the AFC East. I think the rest of the teams just aren't there yet. I'm going to retract my statement when I said that it was over when the Jets got Dalvin Cook, as I took a closer look at their lack of offensive line. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills because they've been there. They've done it before. I just think it's the Bills.
And you already know my prediction all day long, AFC East.
New England Patriots.
America's team, the Miami Dolphins, reign supreme. All right, let's go. AFC South, this should be easy. I got Jags all day. There is just nobody, I think, in the AFC South that even compares to the Jags. But let's kick it around the room anyway. Justin, what do you say?
Jags. That's it. Don't need to say anything else. Jags.
Exactly. Nick, what do you say?
Big Cat Jags.
Big Cat indeed. What do you say, Jordan?
Clean sweep, Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval
County. All right. Now, this one might take a little bit of banter to go around because this is going to be a really interesting division along with the AFC East. Personally, I like the Bengals, and for the same reason that Nick liked the Bills, been there, done that. They have the poise, they have the talent, they have all the pieces around them. So, quite frankly, I think Cincinnati is easy does it. AFC North lock. We'll see what these other teams can get into the playoffs. That'll be the interesting part. Nick, who you like in the AFC North?
I like the Bungholes. I think right now they're one of the top 3 teams to beat in the AFC. Ravens are close. Steelers, they're climbing, and then the Browns are the Browns. I mean, what are you going to do? They may have a winning season, but they're still going to finish in last.
Well, all right. Well, what do you say, Judge Jordan, to that?
Disagree with Nick slightly. I think the Browns actually finished second in that division and surprised a lot of people, but it's the Cincinnati Bengals taking the division.
I like it. Justin, what do you say?
I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens, whenever Lamar Jackson plays, which he didn't play last year, and we all figured out that it was because he wanted more money and he wanted more respect. He got his money, he got his respect. When he was playing for them, they were in control, first place. When they didn't have him there, they were still in the playoffs. What does that tell you? This is a team that is literally Lamar Jackson away from winning the division at all times. I think this is the year they take back the division.
All right, I like it. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go AFC West now. I mean, this is another interesting spot, but I think it's just a 2-horse race, quite frankly. And I got to go with the Chiefs, and I'm just going to go again with that old adage of who's been there and who's done it. Chiefs obviously been there, done that, world champs. Got to be the man. You got to beat the man, so I'm not going to knock them off their porch just yet. Justin, who you like in the AFC West?
I'm going to, once again, be a surprise dark horse in this one. The Chargers. It's finally time. This is Brandon Staley needs to either shit or get off the pot. He needs to win this division, or he needs to find a new place to coach. Pardon me. But, I think the Chargers take it this year. I think the Chiefs, we're going to find out that they really are going to miss Chris Jones. And if they don't pay him, he might actually, spoiler alert, lose against Detroit this upcoming Thursday.
Ooh. I like that. A big, bold statement to start this discussion off. Nick, who do you like in the AFC West?
I don't like the Raiders, so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Again, how do you argue against Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Kelsey? I know they don't have any other receivers, but they just seem to get it done. They get it done. They are the class of the conference. It's the Chiefs.
All right, Jordan, what do you say?
Chiefs are going to miss Jones about as much as they miss Tyreek Hill and not miss a single damn beat. At least 13 wins on the season, and they're taking that division with ease.
He said as much as he missed Tyreek Hill. Damn. All right, let's go to the NFC East. And that's why I had to skip your turn, Jordan, because I got to go to you first here. Who you like in the NFC East this year?
Y'all are going to kill me for being a homer, but listen to me. There has not been a repeat champion in the NFC East since 2000. It does not happen in this division. It's somebody new every year. This year, it's the Dallas Cowboys' turn. They are winning that division.
What do you say, Nick?
I say turn off the PlayStation. I got the Birds because I'm telling you what, Mike McCarthy's going to find a way to foul this whole thing up when he's
agreed.
When he had freaking Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and only produced two Super Bowls out of it. Come on, dude. No, it's not. And Jerry Jones will be right there with him, fouling up everything he does. So go for it.
Brian says it's the Giants in the NFC East. Justin, what say you? Who wins the NFC East?
The last time the NFC East had back-to-back champions, it was when the Eagles won it 4 times in a row from 2000 to 2004. I'm going to say this. The Eagles got off really scot-free last year. They had limited injuries. They had an easy schedule. I think the Cowboys are going to win it this year in the NFC East. I think that the Eagles are finally going to be subject to rookie play, and it's going to fucking be very funny to see Philadelphia peel apart losing to the Cowboys.
I disagree. I like the Eagles mainly because I don't want to sleep on the couch tonight, and because I think the Eagles did upgraded really with their running game, and they already have a solid D. So I like them again to repeat as NFC East champions. NFC South, I don't think quite frankly, there's a big debate here. Neither I like the Saints here. Nobody really, I think, in contention other than them. Maybe the Bucks could do a little something, but no, I don't think it's much. I like Saints all day here. Justin, what do you say in the NFC South?
Yeah, this could easily be the division that produces an 8-9 champion. I'm going to go with the Saints with the Falcons as a close second.
All right, Nick, what do you say? Apparently, I was frozen there for a minute.
New Orleans Saints. Got to take it.
All right, Jordan, what do you say?
I think the Saints could be this year's Eagles and start off out of the gate super hot. I think this team could win 12, 13 games just because their schedule is literally like a big or a Pac-4 schedule at this point. They play nobody.
All righty, I like it indeed. What do you? All right, I think that was it actually on that one. All right, do we go around the room on that? I'm sorry, I got distracted. Nick, what do you like in the NFC South? We went. All right,
we already went.
My bad. I'm sorry. That's when the edible kicks in.
Hit him with the video, Justin.
Commercial break.
Let's go the NFC North. Let's kick it around the room here. Let's go Nick here first. Who do you like NFC North?
This is actually tough for me because I like Detroit. I'm liking the Bears. But I went with Minnesota. I think this is a year for Kirk Cousins to finally put it together. I like the head coach up there. His name is escaping me. I know it's not McConnell. That's the only name I have on my head. But I think Minnesota does it, and Packers finish last.
I'm sorry, I couldn't save you because I can't remember his name neither. Jordan, what do you say?
It's mixed.
So listen, I get it. Everybody really likes the Detroit Lions, and so do I, right? I love Dan Campbell. And look, the Minnesota Vikings are super exciting. But I just think that the Green Bay Packers completely cut the cancer off of their team. I think Matt LaFleur has done nothing but win consistently. I still think you got a pretty solid squad there. I don't trust Kirk Cousins to get it done. I don't trust Detroit to get it done, especially in a Jared Goff year where he was pretty solid last year. I think Green Bay jumps up and surprises everybody.
Ooh, a surprise indeed. Justin, what do you say in NFC North?
I agree. I think Green Bay will surprise people, but I am going with the Vikings to take the division. The Vikings they're too good right now. They're consistent, and you don't trust Kirk Cousins, but he did it last year. So what are we not trusting with that?
With Aaron Rodgers being the cancer.
I'll just say this. This is a wild west of a division right here. I think anybody could really take it, but I'm going to go with the consistency factor. That's the Vikings.
They're going to beat each other up is what they're going to do.
They may. I like in that beating up, like I like that young, scrappy Lions team, quite frankly. So that's my pick here at that NFC North. And I do agree. I think they will beat each other up quite a bit. Young, scrapping teams really kind of going after it. Let's move on and go west, as they say. Justin's favorite division in the NFL, the NFC West. We'll start with you, my friend. Who wins it for you?
Oh, it's the 49ers all day long. We're going to win back-to-back NFC West titles. We're going to be in the NFC Championship game. We're going to go to the Super Bowl, and we're going to hold up that 6th Super Bowl title. 49ers all goddamn day long.
Ooh-wee. All right, Nick, what do you say?
Well, I am pretty sure that the 49ers are going to win the NFC West, but I don't think that they're going to debo everybody in that conference. So I'm still going to say that they're going to win the West, but they're going to have a hard time coming up against the gangrene in the NFC East.
No more player references. Make me want to.
I couldn't think of anybody else.
You make me want to Ayuk. All right, Jordan, let's go. Give me the final NFC West.
It makes me sick to my stomach, and I hate myself for saying it, but it's the fucking 49ers. They're the only show in town. They're going to coast to that division.
All right, I got to agree, unfortunately, although I don't think they're coasting. I like Seahawks to come up a little bit more in this division, so I think Seahawks will give them a little bit more run for their money than people might be giving them credit for. All right, well, let's go on to the bigger picture. Who wins it all? Tell me your playoff prediction. Let's go to Jordan, you first. We'll bring up the graphic. Let's talk about it.
So in the AFC, obviously, I said Miami wins that division. I think the Jets and the Bills both get in. I think they sim 3, and going to Justin's boys, the Chargers, I do think they squeeze in. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be enough. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to come out of the AFC once again. On the NFC side of the ball, even though I think Dallas takes the division, Philadelphia is too good, and they do get in. I also think that the Lions are able to get in and squeeze right past Minnesota. And as a kind of a wild card to the wild cards, I'm picking the Washington Commanders, who last season were one game out. And the difference in them and the Giants is the Giants won all of their one-score games. The Commanders lost all of theirs. I think that script flips this year. However, call me chalky, I'm predicting once again, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are the best and most complete and most talented team in the National Football League. I think it's a rematch for the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chiefs.
All right, I like you. Big Trev, we'll get to your question here in a second. Nick, let's go to you. Let's finish up these predictions. Talk to us about your winner here.
All right. So I got in the wild card, I got the Dolphins. I think that the Broncos are going to come back from the dead. I think they're going to retool. They're going to go in the ER and fix whatever was wrong with Russell Wilson. And I got the Baltimore Ravens bringing up the final wild card spot for the AFC. In the NFC, I do have Dallas. They are too tough. I'm realistic. Just because they're good just because I don't like them doesn't mean that they're not good. Detroit, again, I'm going to go on the Detroit bandwagon. And then I got the Seahawks coming in, again, right behind the Niners with the wild card. And I would not call Jordan chalky, but I would call him pasty.
Okay. Captain Pasty is just touching, my friend. Talk about your winner for us.
Yeah, so I got the 49ers winning it all, but I got the wild card, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Bills. I think it's a change in the guard this year. And I think the Chiefs will lose because of the fact that they don't have the home field advantage throughout, as they've been accustomed to these past couple of years. The wild card side for the NFC, I think that the Eagles, the Seahawks, and the Packers get in. And then, I think it's going to be a Bengals, 49ers, old school Super Bowl. And I think the 49ers are going to be able to win this game due to the fact that Brock Purdy can actually score when the 49ers get turnovers. So I think this season is the season that the 6th title comes home to daddy, comes home to San Francisco, baby.
Dude, the irony, the Packers have come up twice, and then Chris Anderson pops in from Patriot Sports Radio. Let's go. Big Jordan Love year for Chris Anderson. I know he's waiting for that. All right, let's get on to the commission's pick. It's America's team. It's our time, my time this year. I mean, it just feels like a special year. Had a great time up in Canton. We went to Las Vegas. We went to Grand. I mean, this is the year. I can feel it in my bones. It's us. We're going to take it all. I love it. Love the Jags this year as well. Talking about that AFC North a little bit ago. Again, I kind of disagree. I think that the Baltimore Ravens are kind of like in an influx with Lamar. I don't know. He's just that guy for me where he's just up or down. just don't believe in it. And I think Deshaun for me is on the rise. How can you deny this Chargers team? And like we mentioned earlier, the Bills are always doing it and doing it well. So I like them in the AFC. Let's go to the NFC. Obviously, the Eagles, Cowboys, Seahawks, Vikings there on my wild cards. I mentioned all my division winners earlier. I kind of like my little wild card mix here, kind of like all, I think, in the same range house when it comes to most of these teams. So I do like the way these predictions set up. However, it's our time. It's this year, America's team, the Miami Dolphins. I'm finally, for the first time ever, predicting a Dolphins victory. All right, let's go to our awards, if you will, and our predictions there. Here we go for MVP. We all went quarterback. Me and Nick both went Jalen Hurts. Nick and Jordan also both went, Fred and Jordan both went Pat Mahomes, and Justin went with Justin Herbert. Justin, talk about your MVP pick.
Yeah, I mean, now you got an offense that hopefully will be predicated more on throwing the ball. You have 3 offensive weapons in Allen, Williams, and Eckler, and then you add in Johnston as a backup for whenever Allen or Williams inevitably goes down. I think that Herbert's got all of the ability of Patrick Mahomes with possibly a little bit more arm strength and a little bit of Jalen Hurts in him as a runner. So I'm excited about this year for Justin Herbert. I think that he was one of 3 guys to make it to 5,000 yards in his first 2 years for a reason. That's because he's uber talented and he's got ability. I think he takes it to the next level this year.
I love it. I love it indeed. All the QBs for the MVP. All right, let's go to the coach of the year. Nick, let's go to your coach. Who do you got for coach of the year? Talk about it.
I got Sean Payton just because, again, I'm going to reiterate it from what I said earlier. Peyton's going to come in and he's going to fix, at least presumably, fix whatever problems that they had last year, especially with Russell Wilson. You know, they fired his personal coaches, his personal yes men. He says, "You're out of here. You don't get your own office either. You're on his team. You're going to be a team member," and he's going to lay it down. So, and then I think again they're going to come back and they're going to win a wild card.
I like it. Well, I'm going to talk about the comeback player of the year. I like how you guys went to Damar Hamlin. That's the nice little, comeback story. But I saw Damar Hamlin on the field. You don't look like he's going to be comeback player of the year. You know who does look like he's going to be comeback player of the year? Tua! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. All this whining about Tua, he's hurt. He's not going to do anything. He can't make change. He's fragile. MVP season. This is Tua's time. Comeback player of the year. Mark it down now. Jordan, talk about defensive player of the year.
How you gonna call Tua the MVP season, but you pick Jalen Hurts as your MVP?
Right?
That's all I want to say.
Lay it to him, Judge. Lay it to him.
Listen, look. The judge is all about a good, compelling argument and solid evidence. And the fact that Mr. Flanders himself, Mr. Bleeding Heart, Fly Eagles Fly, Eagle Lovin' Pin Flanders picked Micah Parsons, that's all I need to say. Defensive MVP year incoming. I think he's the best defensive player in the National Football League. I don't think he's quite put it all together. I think this is the year he does it. And his popularity is obviously through the roof as well.
All right, and
Jordan,
although
he's the best athlete in the NFL. You could put him anywhere.
That's very true. All right, let's look. And even though I shouldn't do this because he's not here, we look at Fred's picks. Yes, he picked the Jets to win it all. There's his picks. That way it's at least down for a record. Even though he's not here, he doesn't deserve it. And by the way, I did want to say, I do think it is going to be a Miami-Philly Super Bowl, and we're going to take a second mortgage out and going to go see the Super Bowl live. All right.
80 for Brady, baby.
Oh, man.
All right, well, we've spent a lot of time. We're kind of over it, but now we got to get to the meat and potatoes of what we do, right? It's time for the Thursday Night Breakdown. That's how you move. Let's go, Fred. I love it. All right. Let's talk about this game on Thursday night. Football is here, ladies and gentlemen. Lions versus Chiefs. The Chiefs lead this overall series 9-5. The Chiefs have won 2 games in a row. The last time they played was 2019. It was actually a good game, 34-30. So hopefully it's a nice high-flying affair. Now, again, we're going to go off of last year because that's all we know, right? Last year, the Lions, they were dead last in fantasy against QBs. Against running backs, they were 11th. Against receivers, they were 30th. Against tight ends, they were 24th. The Chiefs, on the other side, 27th versus QBs. They are 20th versus running backs, 28th versus receivers, and 20th versus tight ends. So I'm going to go around the room. First, give me a guy. Now, there's some obvious guys here that you'd like: Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Give me an outlier guy you like in this matchup, and then give me your pick for the ultimate win tomorrow on Thursday. Jordan, let's go to you first. What do you say?
I mean, man, I've been beating the drum all off season. It's Jerick freaking McKinnon. That guy is absolutely a unit in this offense. He is somebody that Patrick Mahomes likes. He trusts him. He's gonna give him every opportunity to slide right in there, right behind Kelce, and dominate all season in fantasy. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Pacheco put one in the end zone. As far as the prediction of the game, it's my Super Bowl winner. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. They are on their way to at least 14 wins, and this is just number one of them.
All right, I like it. Justin, what do you say?
I'm going to go with Sam Laporta. I think that this is a team that went out and got itself a tight end for a reason. The Chiefs last year were bottom 10 against tight ends in fantasy. So I'm looking at this as the Chiefs didn't really fill any needs on defense. They kind of just roll with the whole idea that we got Patrick Mahomes. We're badass. We're going to do it all. And I really do think that we're going to miss Chris Jones because Chris Jones stops the run. He gets a pass rush. This is a team that desperately needs to get their defense going. And without their main cog, their main guy, their Hall of Famer, it might be really tough. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions because even if Chris Jones gets in there, I don't think he's got enough time to make it an impact on this game. So, yeah, I'm going to go Sam Laporta and the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, I got lots of stock in Sam Laporta because of Justin. So I hope the hell so. All right, let's go. We had a couple questions. Jordan, I'm going to go to you for this first one. This is from Big Trev. He's from the 3rd spot in a 12-man draft. He wants to know, how do you prepare for a PPR draft where receiving yards are 20 yards per point, passing is 50 per point, rushing is 10 yards per point, so normal, and it's a super flex. He's also needing 3 receivers for PPR: Tyreek, Higgins, Hollywood, Bateman, Elijah Moore. Thanks, y'all. All right, so Jordan, that's a loaded one. Let's go to the first one. He wants to know, how do you prepare for that?
So with it being a PPR or a super flex league, I think you got to look at quarterbacks at the top. Normally, I'm going to tell you to target a Justin Jefferson, a Jamar Chase anyway, but in this format, where the wide receivers don't score as often and the quarterbacks don't score as often, I may be looking at a Bijan Robinson, at a Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler type there as well. So to me, this is one where I'm probably looking for wide receivers much later in this draft and probably targeting running backs and quarterbacks early and often.
Yeah, so very interesting way this was set up indeed. Nick, let's go to you for that other part of this. He wants 3 receivers for this week in PPR. Tyreek Hill, Higgins, Hollywood Brown, Bateman, Elijah Moore. I don't know if you really need to worry about the matchups here, but what do you say for this?
I would definitely go Tyreek. I would go Higgins, and crap. I don't want none of Hollywood. Rashad Bateman's iffy. I'd probably go Elijah Moore. I'd probably go Elijah Moore on this one. I don't want none of it because we know that the Cardinals offense is going to be anemic at best. Bateman, again, Casper. Sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. And plus that, that the large majority is going to go to Mark Andrews anyhow. So I would go Elijah Moore.
Yeah, it's that's a tough call there, honestly. Like, I know the Cardinals offense, you say it'd be anemic, but they're also going to be down a lot. So they're going to have to at least try to throw themselves into games
with Josh Dobbs.
That was where Hollywood, right? Agreed. That was kind of where I'm like, I know. I can't. Now I'm like, never
Carson
mind.
Wentz can't
I can't even
get
make
a
an
gig
argument.
with
Fifth
Arizona.
round, Josh Dobbs.
I can't even make an argument. I know. I can't even make an argument. All right, let's go. We got one more question, Justin. I'll give it this one to you since we are on this game anyway. Would you trade Kelsey, McLaurin, MT, and Pacheco for Waller, Hill, and Jacobs? I'm assuming that's Tyreek Hill he's talking about. But what do you think?
All day long. Yes, 1,000%.
He said yes all day. All right, well, I guess we got another one just popped in. Jordan, go ahead, Jordan. You want to go back on this one?
I just want to make sure. I'm assuming you're getting the Kelsey side of this, right? Or are you getting the Waller side? Which way were you saying that, Justin?
It looks like he's
Yeah.
Waller
No,
side.
I would trade the Kelsey side for the Waller side.
Okay.
All right,
Who's
Jordan.
MT?
Michael Thomas.
Oh,
basically nobody. He doesn't matter in this trade.
Doesn't matter any trade.
All right. Jordan, we got one last question. It's from Rendon Dye. This is in a 10-team league, he mentioned. He said, hey, guys, I have Marvin Mims, but there is Van Jefferson on the waiver wire along with Anthony Richardson and Danny Dimes. He does have Herbert already. Should he keep Mims or pick up one of those guys? What do you think, Jordan?
Mims is Hims, baby. I'm rolling with Mims. It doesn't sound like this is a 2 QB league, so I don't think there's any reason to go out and get anything behind Herbert. So yeah, I'm rocking with Mims here.
You guys disagree with Jordan at all on that one?
I don't disagree, but the Van Jefferson, it is interesting just given the fact that Cooper Kupp is not there. And then how much stock does Van Jefferson go up? Like, who else they going to throw the ball to? Skoranek? So, I don't know.
Oh. Justin, what do you say? You got any disagreements there?
I would keep Marvin Mims. I try and see if I could get somebody off my team to get Anthony Richardson because that's a guy who in a couple of games could be going absolutely nuclear. I remember my first season of playing when Justin Herbert went down or when Tyrod Taylor went down, I got Justin Herbert. I immediately went straight to the moon. My team went from being a bottom dweller to being in the championship game because I made a move like that early on. So do not, even in single QBs, do not be worried about going out and getting your second QB if you're sure that that guy could be your number one.
So Elias chimed back in. He said, no, he was the one on the other side getting Waller, Tyreek, and Jacobs. So you still good with him? So you're not good with him doing that or good with him doing that?
No, I am. I misunderstood Justin.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we all on the same page. All right, Nick, let's go to you. Give me some guys on the Thursday night matchup. Somebody outlier, if you will, and then give me your pick.
Well, I was going to say Pacheco, but Jordan covered that. So I'm going to go Gibbs. I want to see what the hype is all about with Jahmyr Gibbs. I also want to see the dynamic of how much of the suspected touchdown vulture Montgomery is going to be. How are they going to use those two? We already know that Goff can play. We already know that Amon-Ra is going to get the ball. So I want to see how Montgomery and Gibbs work together.
Nice. All right. Well, before we reveal the rest of the picks, we got a couple more questions. Nick, this is from the Blue Crew. Would you trade away A.J. Dillon for Sutton? And I think for Sutton and Zay Flowers? He's been hearing all positive outsiders with Flowers this preseason.
Wait, would you trade away A.J. Dillon
or Sutton? Right, for Zay Flowers. If I said that wrong, my bad.
No, you didn't. I don't know. That's I'm gonna call a friend on this one. I'd probably stay depending on what my running. See, I don't know what his running back room is, so I'd probably just stay in pat and I would keep Dillon.
It's PPR 10 team. I would imagine he has a couple decent guys. I would assume. Justin, what do you think?
I would trade A.J. Dillon for Zay Flowers.
Jordan?
I would trade either of them for Zay Flowers.
Okay.
And I think this is probably the only chance you're going to have. I think after this week, Zay Flowers' price is just going to go up.
Blue Crew, hit that trade request button ASAP, they say. Me personally, I love A.J. Dillon, that flex spot down the stretch. It's just my thing, but whatever. All right, Brendan Dye said only people he can drop is Quentin Johnson, Mims, Mostert, or JSN. My only thing is, like, I think what Justin mentioned earlier, I might think about dropping Quentin Johnston for Anthony Richardson just so I had him, as Justin mentioned, if he blows up. That would just be my thing. You look like you're kind of stacked in the receiver room, but that would just be me. You guys got any other comments on that?
It's early. It's early in the season. I'm probably dropping Mostert because I don't think he's going to be around for a long time. He might be there for a good time. He's probably not somebody that you're starting immediately anyway. And if you did, you've got way bigger problems in this league than just this scenario. So I think Mostert's the most expendable of that group.
All right. Well, there it is. Let's get to our picks for our TNF picks, and look at that. Now, I put Greg as the bum because I'm still waiting on his damn picture. So, Greg, that's Greg's picture. He's the bum of the group. But look who is there. Justin, you are a lone wolf.
Oh!
With the Lions pick this week. So good luck, my friend. Starting off with a banger there with that Lions. That's going to be a tough one going to KC after winning that title and taking it away from them. So that's going to be a tough call, my friend. Good luck on that. All right, guys. So don't forget, go to tssfantasy.com. We're going to have our updated rankings soon, and it'll be for week 1. So you want to make sure you check that out. Also, don't forget this week, Wednesday, we're going to have a special Champs for Chumps. It's going to be at 10 o'clock. We're going to have you guys go at it for the Lions and the Chiefs that Jordan will be presiding. And then don't forget on Friday, come get the Friday night breakdown with us. We're going to break down all these games, tell you who to start, who not to start, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure you check that out. And then, of course, Sunday morning, you're going to wake up with us. We're going to get you ready. We're going to have Brian to get you the injury. We're going to talk about weather. We're going to have Mikey Betts in. We're going to talk about bets. We're going to talk about all kind of great stuff. So make sure you check us out. Get involved today. We appreciate you, and we are out.